Want our jobs back.
Yeah.
We need our jobs back. The whole town needs these jobs back.
This is my book. I take the cover off because I can't stand to look at the photo. look, who's got you have a book down here? Let me see. Look at this. Look at this. This is what they did. Look at my fingernails. They digitally gave me a manicure. They cleaned my fingernails. Look at that. Can you see? Look at that. All right. And I called them up at Random House and I said, you know, I mean, while you were in there, if you were going to be doing digital things, couldn't you take 10 pounds off the face? Oh, no. We'll clean your fingernails, right? But then you got to still look like this. Jeez. 19 cities. I can't bear to look at myself, thank you, anymore.
Signature only. Signature, city, and date. To Meredith, signature, city, and date. City and date. You promise somebody? Teresa.
Stonemason.
How's that?
That's great. Thank you.
Yes. Sounds like the next title. Okay.
Be there then.
Great. Thank
Okay.
you very much.
Bye.
Bye. Off to Iowa.
You heard me right.
100 cups of coffee, 500 cigarettes, 1,000 miles of highway, and I ain't forgot it yet, but I keep on moving. I keep on moving on down the line. Ain't nothing in my mirror, just a cloud of dust and smoke. What did you expect when some old trucker's heart gets broke?
How do you feel about the two choices we've got in the election?
Which way it goes.
You what?
I don't care which way it goes.
Why is that?
I just don't have no interest in it.
You know, I wish we had a better choice, but, you know, we got to pick between, what would you call it, you know, between two evils.
Yeah. Or I call it the evil of two lessers. How are you guys doing with your jobs and stuff right
I
now?
work harder than I ever had to work in my life. You know, my kids are all grown up, and I got to work harder today than I did, you know, 20 years ago.
You got to pay your rent, your electric, your water, your gas, and food and clothes for your kids. And there's no money left.
At the end of the month,
No,
that's it.
there's nothing left.
Mm-hmm. And you're working two jobs.
Yeah.
And raising your kids.
Yeah. Well, got two little girls.
How do you do that? How do you work two jobs? How does that work out?
I work mornings at one and nights the other.
Every day?
Every day, just about.
When do you get to see your kids?
I don't. Not that often. On the weekends, on a Sunday, in the afternoon, because Fairway's not open, so.
On the weekends. That would be like if you're divorced. You get to see them on the weekend.
And I'm not divorced. I mean, I'm married and have a husband, and I still don't get to see him because of, the way it is in America. And around the world, it's just not fair.
Any words of advice to all your fellow non-voters?
Don't vote. Don't vote. You have to pick between them two. Don't vote.
Hey guys, do you get the feeling we're going to have like the lowest turnout ever in an election?
Yeah.
It's depressing. Let's go to McDonald's.
Is everybody stabilized for driving here?
I think stabilized is the wrong word.
Are there any napkins in there?
Yeah, they put vegetables on my fish fillet. Fuckers.
You ever wonder what happened to Steve Forbes?
He appeared from nowhere. Had you heard of him before? Honest, come on, honest. Have you heard of it? You heard of his dad. But had you heard of him? No. Have you heard of him since? Did you ever notice when he was on TV, his eyes never blinked? Right? I mean, they never blinked. I saw him on Larry King. He didn't blink the whole time, the whole hour. He never blinked.
Well,
A couple nights later, he was on Nightline. They had the camera on him for a full minute.
right.
Not once did the eyes blink.
Race was about principles and issues. These principles are bigger than a single candidate, bigger than a single campaign.
This is very strange. So I called up New York Hospital and asked for a doctor in the eyes, ears, nose, and throat division. And I said, "Doctor, I'm watching TV right now. There's a guy on there, and his eyes have not blinked for a full minute. Is that possible?" He said, "No, that the human eye needs to blink every 15 or 20 seconds." I said, "I'm telling you, now we're into 2 minutes. We're into 2 minutes. This guy's eyes they've not blinked, not once." And the doctor said, and I quote, "Well, that's not human." I'm getting a theory going here in my head, not human, right? I'm thinking, don't look in his eyes. Don't look in his eyes. Look away. Don't. We don't look in his eyes. But he gets us with the sound. Flat tax, flat tax, flat tax, flat tax. Ah! Turn the sound down. Flat tax, flat tax, flat tax.
So, back in February, I was here in Des Moines, for the Iowa caucuses, and I decided to go over to the Forbes headquarters to see if Steve was some kind of freak X-File brother from another planet. And this guy comes out and he says, "Hi, my name is Chip Carter."
Chip Carter? That's Jimmy Carter's son. No, I'm the other Chip Carter. And he had this weird look in his eyes, too.
How long has Mr. Forbes been here?
Really, only been on the ground 6 to 8 weeks.
Invasion of Iowa. Invasion of the body snatchers in Iowa.
Steve Forbes was born where?
I have no idea. I can't remember.
You don't know.
Where did Steve Forbes come from?
Steve Forbes seems to have come from nowhere. Mm-hmm. Right?
Pretty much.
Where is nowhere?
It's somewhere out there.
I'm freaking out, man. I'm thinking, okay, I'm in the Ramada in Des Moines tonight, and I'm triple deadbolting the door, I'm like, I am not going to die in Des Moines, taken away by these space beings calling themselves the Forbes campaign.
Where are you taking the spaceship here after Iowa?
I'm going to go home to Oklahoma for a few days and rest, and then they'll send me to another state.
Okay. All right. I think we should probably let him go.
So anyways, the guy's disappeared, right? And the only time that now you have any idea that they're still with us is that if you ever notice certain people reading the publication with the name Forbes, the name of their leader, on the magazine, usually men in three-piece suits, white guys that look like they got a lot of money, they're the aliens. Beware of these people who read Forbes magazine.
As I was signing copies of my book, I was handed an anonymous note. It read, "Hey Michael, we're organizing here at Borders in Des Moines. There's a secret meeting statewide tomorrow night. We thought you should know that we, the ragtag employees at Borders, are not allowed to do the book table for your reading. Only management is here tonight selling your book to these people. Borders headquarters in Ann Arbor says they're protecting us from you. Ah well, you know the shtick. Take care."
They were awfully happy that you were here.
Great. This was not my first strange encounter with the Borders bookstore chain on my tour. At their Philadelphia store, I had refused to cross a picket line blocking their entrance, and instead I brought the protesters inside with me to my reading. That resulted in Borders refusing to let me speak to my reading. That resulted in Borders refusing to let me speak at my scheduled appearance the following week in their New York store.
So, we got your note inside. You're the people that work at Borders? Mm-hmm. And you're trying to organize the store?
Yeah.